Christian, for your Wednesday. Oh, no, it's not Wednesday, it's Thursday. Thirsty Thursday update. But yeah, I hope you guys have been doing pretty good. It's been a while since I did an update. We've just been super busy. But you know what? I wanted to come on today to give you an update of what I've been up to. And let's get started. Well, let's start with last time you guys heard from me. I was doing a show. I was doing a show in Santa Fe Springs, as in I was selling my book. It was on Friday, about like 3 weeks ago, and it was a very long day because that day. We are that was the week that was like super hot. It was like record breaking heat wave, and so our AC took a shit over here, so the AC guy had to replace our whole AC unit. And the time frame to set up in Santa Fe Springs is from 12 until 4. And it was my first time doing something, doing like selling a book like at the Santa Fe Springs swap meet. And I didn't know how long it was going to take. If there was, I'm somebody who likes to be there on time, just so I won't have to rush it, so I could just kind of take my time and just figure things out. And that's they came down to the very very I guess not. Didn't show up late. I showed up like around 1:30, which was great. The guy, he took about 2 hours to set up the AC unit. But I have these two dogs, and they were going crazy, and so I had to drop them off at my mom's house, but I didn't have a car. So I had to walk them all the way to my mom's house, and I told the guys like, "I'll be back in 10 minutes." I was like, "It's like my mom just lives around the corner." I was like, "It's like all right." And I ran over there. By the time I got to my mom's house, I was dripping sweat. You know what I mean? I was thinking about, I was like, "Wow, this is just the beginning of my day." Like I still had to sit up later on, and over there to do the book signing thing. But in the end, I was able to do it. Like the guy finished on time, and I was like super busy, and like my friend Dina was gonna help me out, but however she couldn't make it. She couldn't help me out in the beginning, so it was just me and just setting everything up. And I was able to set up the table, and it was like super windy, so like the tablecloth was lifting up and things were blowing over. I'm like, of course, why isn't anything going right today? So I kind of like, I was thinking about, like, how can I keep everything still like in position? So I thank God I brought duct tape, because like if you're always doing like a show, if you're doing creative stuff, always bring duct tape with you, because it's gonna save your ass. And I was glad that I had the foresight of doing it, because I duct taped the tablecloth onto the table, so it wasn't moving, it wasn't going all over, it wasn't blowing all over the place. And I duct taped the posters, onto the tablecloth, so it would just push back, but it wasn't blowing out of the off the table. And I called my buddy John Lance to help me out, because I didn't want, because nobody was there to wash my stuff, and I needed to use the restroom. I called him, I was like, dude, you gotta help me out, dude. And he came, and of course, like John Lance, like a true bro, he came down and helped me out. And he relieved me to use the restroom, and I bought him a enchilada. And those enchiladas were really expensive at the swamp meet. For two, it was $35. So I'm like, make it last, John, because I didn't want to cut into my profit margins. But you know what? Like, and when everything's like, when the night finally started to begin, when people were trickling in, Dina finally showed up, and like she helped me out, like in like. As I was doing my book signing, she was bringing people, she was calling people in. It's like, get your books here, She was like talking to everybody like a salesman. She was a saleswoman, you know. And she was all like, um, the perfect story is to read to your kids when they go to sleep. I'm like, wait a minute, oh, no, they're not. It's adult. It's adult content. I'm like, this is not the story. This isn't Goosebumps. Uh, but I was able to get some sales. Some strangers bought it. The first stranger who bought it was this Mexican couple, veteranos. And she was all like, it made me feel good that she says like, you got to support la raza. I'm like, that's right, sister. And she. Dina came down, and she was helping me get sales. And some of my fans from Casually Christian also came down, like the Hernandez family. Deb, she came down with Tommy and Heather, and they bought copies of my book, and I signed it for them. And also like Jan Farah, she came all the way from West Covina to get my book and get signed it for her. Now when I saw her, I never met Jan before, and when I saw her approaching my table, I already knew who she was, because she comments on my show, and I see her profile. I'm like, oh shit, it's Jan, and we spoke for a little bit, and I thanked her a lot. for making her way to Santa Fe Springs from West Covina after work, and I felt really the same with Ariana Cervantes. She came down. It took her like she said it took her 2 hours to get to Santa Fe Springs, and I could not be more appreciative to everybody who came down to support my first book publishing book signing event. I'm really I'm appreciative and I'm thankful. Thank you guys. And the next event that I'm doing is on October 22nd in Buena Park. It's on Melrose Road, and I'll put it on a Casually Christian where you guys can find me. But the event's in Buena Park. It's a pop up event, and there's going to be other vendors, food vendors there. So yeah, it's I'm gonna see how it goes. So I'm just keep on hustling, keep on doing the entrepreneur spirit, and I'll let you guys know. I'll continue making like videos of how my progress is going, and it's going pretty good, man. It's going really good. I'm excited the way everything's going so far. But you know what? That is my update with my book. Now I know you guys are interested. Oh, Deb says that, but they were good. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Deb. Um, uh, Oh yeah, so if you guys have been checking out my update, you guys know that I was laid off my job, and they gave me like a small severance package, and I was like shitting bricks because my last check is coming next week, and I'm like, holy crap, like I was like losing sleep, I was stressing it, my anxiety was like, it was, I was shitting bricks, guys, and I don't know, I was like, I didn't know what was gonna happen, and thankfully I was able to secure a job this week. Uh, I'm working at I'm doing records management, and I have experience doing that. It's been like 8 years. I had 8 years experience doing record management, and I was talking to the lady who I'll be working at a construction company, and I'll be doing is just fetching documents all day for the other team to invoice. And she reiterated several times like, "Are you okay doing the same thing over and over again?" Oh my, yeah. Oh my, I love the monotony of just work like that. I like going in, knowing what I need to do, getting familiarized with the documents, so I could just kind of like not stress out too much of like the how the day is going to go, because my I already know how my day is going to go because I'll be used to it. But yeah, since I'm a creative guy, and I don't know if you guys know of David Lynch. He directed Mulholland Drive, Blue Velvet, and Eraserhead. And the reason I'm mentioning this is that David Lynch, for 5 years, he went to Bob's Burgers in Burbank, and for lunch for 5 years, and he ordered the same thing for 5 years. It was just a cheeseburger and a milkshake. And he said the reason he did that because he didn't want to use too much thought into the everyday, because he wanted to concentrate on his stories, like on his creativity, because he felt like if he's just always his mind's always being distracted on what's gonna eat, what is he gonna eat every day, like he liked everything to have like he had his set schedule, so his mind could wander to creative places, and that's what I want to do. That's how I like to work too. But yeah, I started on Monday. The lady sounds really cool. They always ask me, "It's like, what are you looking for a company?" And I always tell them the same thing. I'm looking for a good work culture, because there's no need to work in a toxic environment because life is too short. And she says, like, I totally agree with you. So yeah, it's gonna be a new chapter in my life. And it's so weird because John started his job 3 weeks ago. So we're starting a new chapter on our work, the day job. So it's gonna be interesting to see where it goes. But yeah, I'll let you guys know how it's going. But what I heard from the grapevine from my old job is that everything's is going to shit. It's like, oh my good. uh, and It just sucks. Like my friend Will, who's still at that other place I used to work at, he said that just things are just falling apart. Things are behind. They're not. They're doing like at least three people's job, and they're not getting compensated for the workload, and that's really unfortunate. And of course, the only people who are benefiting are the executives. So yeah, whatever. But you know what? That's my work update. Let's go on to the stuff that I've been watching, since you could tell that I'm wearing this skeleton shirts. Spooky season. It's how it's getting the winter season. Loving all these creepy movies and TV shows that are coming on right now. And this is not a creepy movie, but it's a sequel from a movie that came out 29 years ago. It's Hocus Pocus. I checked it out, I think 2 days ago, so it's still fresh in my mind. It was okay. Of course, like these sequels now that that it was like 29 years ago, 30 years ago, they're different because they're afraid of. It's a part of the PC culture. They don't want some group to get mad, so they're very like they're. It's not like how the first one they're talking about virgins, it must have, like a virgin has to light the candle, and I mean they do the same thing too, like in the sequel, but it's really like tamed, you know. Yeah, like in the first one, in the first Hocus Pocus, you literally see the witches sucking the soul, the energy off a child, and in this one they don't do it because it's just that's too graphic for now for today's audience, and I think it was fun to watch. I didn't hate it. I think it was fun to watch, especially if you're already subscribed to Disney Plus. You're a fan of Hocus Pocus. I think this is a nice little installment to the franchise. And what I liked about the movie, the way it started off with the Sanderson sisters when they were like little kids, and it was fun. It was a nice little ride. A little like they have little clips of the old movie from the first one, and it seems like they're going to have a potential sequel with the new witches. And I don't want to get anything away, but it was good. It was okay. It was a decent movie. It was a great no, but it was fun to watch. It's a fun movie to watch with your family. But you know what is not a movie to watch with your family is I binge watched Dahmer, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, that's streaming right now on Netflix, and it's a real controversial show because the creators of the series, they didn't reach out to the victims, and the victims didn't know that Netflix was coming out with this series, and it was yeah, I watched it. It's so well done. The performance from I think it's Patrick Jones or Patrick Evans. I might be pronouncing his last name. Somebody's gonna tell me right now. It's like something Evans, but yeah, he did a great job playing Jeffrey Dahmer. And what's this? Steve said it was a good standalone movie, not as good as the original, but not horrible either. Exactly, Steve. Like it's like you just took the words out of my mouth. It's like it was okay. It was a decent movie with it was fun to watch after 30 years. But Jeffrey Dahmer, I think if you like those crime stories, if you like good drama and you like binge watching episodes, like this is definitely the show. I think there's 10 episodes of the Jeffrey Dahmer story, and when it came on, I think I binged watched 3 or 4 hours straight. I was just watching, like, I just wanted to watch it. It was so chilling. Like the first night I watched it, then I had a nightmare of Jeffrey Dahmer, and that's it gives you a clue of like how how well done it was, how well done the show is, and because it leaves with you. It's very chilling, especially like since Jeffrey Dahmer was targeting, he was part of the gay community, and he was targeting minorities and bringing them to their his apartment to do his thing, and it's kind of like it made me. I was thinking about it. It's like, well, if I was like in the, I picture myself in this story. He was part of my community. What if I met this guy at the bar and he was like, I liked him and he invited me to his apartment. And it turns out he's gonna, eat my fucking heart out. It's like, I think it affected me a little bit more because he targeted, uh, my community, the LGBT community, and he was also gay too, like Jeffrey Dahmer. And I kind of found it a little weird that. There was another controversy on Netflix that they took away that the Jeffrey Dahmer story was part of the LGBTQ lineup on Netflix, which because my community was offended, but he's part of my community, and he's like I don't think they should have taken that away. It was just it's a cautionary tale about like who do you go with, like at a bar. You have to be careful, and I think people should watch the show if you like drama. I haven't been able to watch Dahmer; only got through the first episode, and yeah, it's hard to watch. I mean, like it's not graphic. It's not like Saw where like you see like senseless, gratuitous violence. It's done tastefully. I mean, you see like Jeffrey like sawing some bone, but like they do it in a way where like it's like the camera is cutting off the body parts. and he's just like it's just like right there where you don't see it. It's like suggested, But I thought it was tastefully done, riveting, chilling, and it'll leave an impression on you. And I think you guys should check it out. What I'm gonna watch this week is a new Hellraiser movie with a female Pinhead, and I'm really excited about it. I heard really good things about it. I heard it doesn't for that movie. I heard it doesn't shy away from the gore. So be warned if you don't like the saw stuff, the gory stuff, the gratuitous death scenes. Don't watch the new Hellraiser movie. I am gonna watch it because it looks really good. I heard good things about it. Plus, it's Halloween, and you got to watch these. I like watching these Halloween, these horror movies during this season. Just kind of gets me in the mood. Eating candy and just sweet stuff and watching people get murdered. Haunting but good, yeah, haunting but good. That's straight up the way the Dahmer story is. Um, let's see what else I'm going to talk to you guys about. But yeah, let's see. Well, the next, I don't know if you guys watched my last episode of Casually Christian. We talked about anxiety with Paul and social worker Christine Wu, and it's streaming right now on YouTube, Facebook, and soon it's on Spotify. But it's a really good episode. If you guys suffer from anxiety, you want to uh, we have some resources in that show that you could get, like if you are struggling financially, if you need to find somebody to talk to, we'll give you, like, there's the number right there on our episode. We share stories about our triggers, our anxiety, our stories of our anxiety attacks, and I think it'll benefit anybody who suffers from anxiety, or somebody who doesn't understand it. You'll empathize with this affliction that affects 40 million Americans. So that's something I learned from this episode. I was doing my research for the anxiety episode, and I didn't know that 40 million Americans suffer from anxiety, and that's 19% of the population. So it's a very good episode. My friend Eric texted me a day later after the episode dropped, and he said, like, I really enjoyed your episode, Christian. I could really relate to your stories and that, and so it's good. I think you guys should check it out. So our next episode will be sometime soon. It's going to be like a Halloween episode. Talk about our scary movies, our favorite Halloween candy, and eventually I'll do some a clip show. Not today. I know I was going to do like a clip show today, but we're facing some technical difficulties. But you know what? It's okay. We'll do like a clip show extravaganza some other time. But you know what, guys? It's I'll let you guys go. But remember, if you're watching right now, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify to catch the latest episodes of Casual Christian. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. And if please let me know what scary movies are you guys watching this season, so I could check them out. And we'll just geek out about the horror movies this month. Well, until next time, guys, have a good night, stay safe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.